Do you ever find that you have the same disagreements with your partner and then it gets in the way of your sex life? Hey guys, I'm Stephanie Ganowski, sexologist and sex coach for men. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you've been subscribed, welcome back. 70% of couples will have perpetual problems throughout their relationship. And what this means is that they have problems that have no solution. There's no way to solve these problems, they just have to be managed. For instance, like how our partner does the dishes, or how they're not as tidy and neat as we would like them to be, or how maybe they're super social and we're not wanting them to be that social because we're really introverted. It wouldn't make or break your relationship, but they frustrate you and annoy you when your partner's not on board and doesn't see it the same way as you. So instead of trying to come up with solutions for these types of problems, because chances are you never will, especially if they keep coming up, you want to at least have a conversation with each other to understand why your partner feels the way they do about this thing. Otherwise, you will fight about it and you will come across selfish to your partner. You will try to prove each other wrong when no one's really wrong. You just have opposing views, and that's okay. I think we need to normalize that our partner is never going to be perfect, and we can't have the expectation that our partner should be the best cook and the best lover and the best caretaker and the smartest person and the fittest person and the most attractive person at all times. Like, we just expect so much from our person to the point where sometimes it can really damage our relationship if we're not focusing more on what our partner is giving us, you know? And the way I think about it is that the perfect partner is perfect for all the right reasons, like for all the most important things. They have those things, and maybe it's like 3 values that they hold in life, and that makes them perfect for you because you also share those most important values of life, and that determines the way your life goes together. You know, that's very important. So if they have those things, then you're good, you know, but don't expect them to have every single thing. So if you're in a situation where there's perpetual problem and you notice it's creating resentment for the two of you, you're always talking under your breath when this thing comes up, and your partner's always rolling her eyes when this thing comes up, call it out and be like, hey, love, how about we try to understand each other when it comes to cleanliness in the house? Because I know this is frustrating for both of us. I want it one way, you want it the other way, and I don't think there's going to be an answer. But if we can at least understand where each other's coming from, maybe we can find a way to meet each other where we're both at. And just having that conversation of being like, tell me why this is important to you. I'm not going to try to fix it because there really is no way to fix it. I just want to understand you so I can empathize and I could show you I respect your point of view, and hopefully you respect mine. And due to the fact we respect each other, we can make a change here. And, you know, maybe it looks like, hey, instead of cleaning as we go, every single thing, like cleaning along the way and putting things back immediately, maybe I get to wait until the end of the night and then put stuff away. It's like these little sacrifices that aren't make or break, that aren't the end of the world. You're like, I could do that. Okay, I'll do it for my partner because I love them. This will always be something that kind of frustrates us a little bit, but that's okay, you know, and that's normal. And it's normal to have little aggravations here and there, and even approach it with a sense of not only empathy, but also humor. You know, like there are things that my boyfriend Andrew does where they drive me crazy, and I'll just be like, oh, I love you so much, you know, and we kind of just make jokes about it and we handle it with that joy and that humor, showing an aggravation, but also being like, if you weren't my boyfriend, just treating it like, hey, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I can make this tiny sacrifice for you. I could do this little thing, or I could let you do it that way and just, I'll get over it because I know there's so many good things about you that override these little, in the grand scheme of things, these little stupid things. I think the most important part of this whole video to remember is remind yourself of why you're with them. What are the most important things that this partner has for you? Like, because that's what you want to keep front of mind. When I get frustrated with Andrew, and I hardly do, but if there's a moment where I'm really feeling like upset, and maybe I even know I'm being overly emotional because it's that time of the month and I tend to get very emotional a few days, I will pull out my phone and I will literally make a list of things that I'm so grateful for him. And leaving that, I feel like he's such an incredible partner. And yeah, there's a few things that drive me a little nuts and frustrate me, but like at the smallest level compared to how amazing he is and how much I've grown with him and how much I love him and appreciate him. And that appreciation and that gratitude very quickly overrides any of those small little like, I wish he did that, like, I wish he wouldn't do that with the eggs. Like, who cares? At the end of the day, most of it is just like, it's okay. I think it's important too to have that conversation of understanding each other, because if you don't, you hold on to that thing and then you're holding on to it for so long and you're not understanding your partner and you feel like your partner doesn't understand you, and it gets to a point where it's just, you feel like you're gonna explode because the annoyance level is so high, but it's simply because you just didn't talk about something that's not that big of a deal and you let it bother you instead of talking to your partner about it so that you can remind yourself, okay, now I get them. I understand why they're doing that. I get it. I can empathize now. I can meet them halfway. It's not the end of the world. I love them. It's obvious they love me. I don't have to escalate. But if you don't have that conversation, you do tend to escalate. And then if this thing happens over and over, which it will, because it's a perpetual problem, then you need to know how to handle that perpetual problem with empathy, with humor, with love, and with gratitude. Otherwise, your emotions go out of control and then you get into a screaming argument that's about, towels or something. Your sex life has so much to do with these things, like these things that happen in everyday life that may not seem big, but at the end of the day, they can really attach to you emotionally if you don't deal with them and you don't talk about them. So that's why talking and connecting is the way to a healthier, stronger sex life. There's the safety of just knowing, hey, they always have my back, I always have theirs. And from that place, sex becomes very easy and natural instead of feeling like you're walking on eggshells or there's an elephant in the room and then you're trying to do it and then it gets to the point where one of you is just constantly rejecting and it falls apart. So if you're looking for more help, you can always reach out to me to do one-on-one coaching. I will leave the link of that application in the description of this video. So check that out if you're interested in working with me. Hope this video is helpful. I will see you in the next one.